Hello folks and welcome back to Shogun Total War. I am Kana Step and this is going to be the next battle in my historical campaign series where I'm going to be playing as Oda Nobunaga. And this is going to be the last battle for Oda Nobunaga's campaign. That's it. He's only going to have 3 battles for his campaign. But this one's going to be a doozy. Nagashino is going to be a fun one. Hopefully a lot better than the last battle, which is kind of a bummer. I was not in the right mindset for that one, and I don't know how you could be, honestly. Just to kind of talk a little bit more about the Mount Hiei video, in case you watched it, or in case you haven't seen it, you don't need to watch it. It's not fun. It's a dumb battle. It shouldn't have been in the game. It represented a historical moment that wasn't really a battle. It was just, you could kind of call it a genocide, because it was targeting, members of a certain faith. And a lot of innocent civilians were massacred and killed. It's one of those things, just so there's no confusion in this, my reaction wasn't because I'm upset about history. History doesn't care about our judgments, because it already happened. That's just how that works, right? So I don't have these, these notions of, morality about these past, he had his reasons and things happened and whatever. Like, if you want to know more about the details of that incident, then you can obviously kind of do your own research on it, and you don't need me to tell you how to feel about that one. But then when you're designing a video game, and then you make these incidents playable, that's when we start to have issues. It would be like, oh, I don't know, if you were playing a World War I video game, and say that you were playing the Ottoman Empire, and you're going along and you're playing the Ottoman Empire, then all of a sudden you have a side mission that's called Armenian Genocide, kill them all. And it's like, what the fuck, just, what? It's like if that would have happened, right? For a modern example, not that I play Call of Duty, but I know one of the more recent Call of Duty games did have a level where you played as one of the terrorists that was gunning down civilians in an airport. That might have been a little bit different, though. I think that you were playing someone that was undercover, and you didn't have to shoot. See, that's the thing. You didn't have to kill anyone. It wasn't like kill everyone in the airport kind of deal, right? Like, it's kind of an optional thing where in the Mount Hiei video, the whole make sure no one survives thing really hammered home the point that this is the genocide. And it was really unpleasant for me to play. And if you didn't watch it, then I don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's shit. It's a bad thing to put into a video game. Moving on, this is a great thing to put into a video game. The Battle of Nagashino is one of those defining moments, not just for Japanese military history, but also world military history. Gun versus cavalry. It's kind of the real turning point, because guns had been, making their way into the armies and the military doctrines of Japanese warfare, for a few decades before this battle happened. 3 or 4 decades, I'm not quite sure on that detail, but this is the battle that really solidified the role of firearms in these middle-aged armies, these medieval armies, that this is going to be the takeover, or moving on from sort of this old-fashioned sense of using cavalry to break enemy armies to kind of using guns instead. Guns and ashigaru, holding spears or pikes. So in Europe we have pike and shot warfare, and in Japan they were doing the same thing, and they were doing it very well. So this is a really exciting battle to be playing, because I'm going to be playing on Oda's side, of course, and he's the one using the guns, whereas Takeda is the clan that's really famous for their cavalry. They resided in a region, or close to a region, called the Kanto Plains, I believe, and that is a region that in mountainous Japan there wasn't a ton of area that was really suitable for raising strong, good cavalry, or horses for that matter. And a lot of the southern clans didn't really have much cavalry to speak of, is my understanding. But in the north, specifically with the Takeda clan, they were all about that shit. And even though guns had been playing a part in the battlefield of Japan for, like I said, a few decades prior to this battle, you know, even it wasn't the takeover hadn't happened yet. Cav still had a role with the Takeda army for sure, because even in the battle of Mikatagahara, which is where the Takeda clan swept aside the Imagawa clan and almost killed Tokugawa Ieyasu, he almost got murked that day. I don't think that happened too much before Nagashino. Like, it was kind of like a couple years before or something like that, because Takeda Shingen was still alive. This is Takeda Shingen's son, Takeda Takatsuyori, and historically he's the ill-fated general or daimyo to kind of lead Takeda to their end. Let's just read this. Nagashino represents, quite simply, the absolute destruction of the Takeda clan. Nobunaga was on his way to relieve a siege at Nagashino when his army met that of the Takeda clan. He put his arquebusiers in exactly the right place to win the battle, and they did so. Despite the heavy rains that had fallen and threatened to continue throughout the battle, the Takeda clan tried to win using their usual tactics of a mass cavalry charge into the enemy. This would have been quite sensible if the rains had done their job properly and made the Oda arquebuses useless. As it was, they charged forward into a hail of disciplined fire. To win at Nagashino, you two will have to break the Takeda clan, and that means destroying the Takeda cavalry. Conditions: withstand the massive cavalry attack and drive the Takeda from the battlefield. Lord Oda must survive the battle. Okay, simple enough. And yes, for my army, so I got my guns, but they're not the good guns. These are the arquebusiers. So this is the tier 1 gun unit that's available in this game. That's too bad. The muskets are awesome. The arquebusiers, less so. But this one is honor 5, so that's decent. And then 2 of them are honor 2. Then we have 2 more arquebusiers. One of them is honor 4, so that's decent. So the five units of guns, 1 archer, and then I have 3 Ashigaru, and then 1 Yari Samurai. And that's going to be kind of a flimsy front line, for sure. But at least they have spears, right? And spears should do well against the Takeda cavalry. Even the lowly Ashigaru, they're going to trade upwards. You know, Takeda wants to bring their Naginata cav, their heavy cav, whatever. They can beat Ashigaru, but they will lose more than what they'd like to against these spear-armed peasants. And then I also do have a Nodachi Samurai and a Naginata unit. And the Naginata are going to be my tanks. Heavy armor, high morale, good defense stats, so they can stand and take a charge and last for a while. And then the Nodachi Samurai is going to be my glass cannon. They're going to, high charge, high attack, high morale, low defense, low armor. So they're going to get in there, do a lot of damage, but also take a lot of damage in return. My only cav units are going to be my unit of Yari cav. Again, it's going to trade upwards. It's going to be a fast unit that can, it's armed with a spear, so it's going to trade upwards into other cav units. But it will get beaten by heavier cav units. And then my general, who I'm assuming is just going to be a 12-man unit of bodyguards for my daimyo. So, yeah, this should be interesting. Historically, the Oda clan did build some sort of makeshift palisade or like wall, kind of, or fence maybe, but something just like a pretty temporary structure that they were able to build quickly on the battlefield to use to kind of help them keep the cavalry at bay, right? And keep the Takeda charges at bay a little bit. And they were able to use their sort of pre-modern warfare strategies of combined arms warfare between pikes and guns, and kind of made it work, right? So this was a huge battle historically. I am stoked to get into this. So without further ado, let's fight this battle. Yes, dude. Yes. They gave me my little fences. Oh, that's cool. I was hoping they would, but I just wasn't sure. So now, okay, are these real, or are they just like, can you just walk right through them? I really hope they're real, but I don't know if they are, because I mean, there's no precedent for these. This structure isn't really in any of the battlefields in the actual campaign. So I've never seen these structures before. I don't know if they're real or if you can just kind of walk right through them. But I really hope they're real. I really hope they are. So I'm just gonna get set up here, and yeah, it looks like I have a little bit of a high ground. Nothing too crazy, but I do have a little bit of a hill position here. And what's kind of scary though is that the forest is close. So like The Takeda cavalry charge is going to be coming right at, like, right out of the forest. It's going to be right on me right away. And I do have a bit of ground to cover here. And I don't think that my army is... It's not going to be quite big enough to go all the way down to this end. You know, I'm probably just going to be able to cover, like, this area, and then this area. And that's probably going to be it. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but, oh yeah, we got a little structure in the back as well. That must be the Nagashino castle. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, cool. Alright, yeah, let's just get set up and see how this battle plays out. I've just realized that I can't actually get my guys, they're grouped up, but I can't actually place them defensively. That's not usually the case. Usually you can place your guys wherever you want to when you're getting ready for a defensive battle, but they cannot be moved. So that's really stressful. I have a battle plan in mind with the army that I have. Just to like talk you through it, I may as well. I was going to use, for example, if I show you down here my unit cards, I was going to have my center being held by a unit of guns, a unit of archers, and then my Naginata infantry, and then my Nodachi samurai. So kind of like an elite infantry group with a unit of guns and archers, right? And then on either side of my flanks, I'd have 2 spears and 2 guns. So my left flank would be my strongest flank because I'd have my Yari Samurai. Just because I don't know if I can reach all the way out here, I wanted to have my strongest flank held by a better unit. So I'd have my Yari Samurai out there with a unit of Ashigaru as long as 2 gun units. And so that's this group right here. And then my right flank would have been 2 Ashigaru and 2 Arquebusiers. And yes, one of my Ashigaru is honor 5 and the other's honor 4. So like they're decent, right? They're like they're okay. And then just my cav in the rear. So now that that's not going to be the case, I wonder how much time that I have to get it set up here. So let's just kind of begin the battle and see what kind of craziness unfolds. So like just right away, get these guys grouped up and all of a sudden I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. And let's get going. Let's get you guys in the center. And then let's get you guys grouped up on this side. Yep, I already see them moving through the forest. Oh my god. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know if I have enough time. Let's make sure that everyone's running. Alright, so everyone is running right now, and they're already coming out of the forest. So this might be one of those battles where what I might have to do is just kind of go with like the formation that the game gives me at the start, because I'm not going to be ready here. Let's see if I can get down here with my center as close as I can. And then, yeah, let's kind of bring these guys here on this side. And then how can we, let's see, where's the end of my set? So the end center is there. And let's get you like here. And yeah, go back to running. So it looks like my center is almost formed up here. My right flank is kind of getting there. Kind of, maybe. And yeah, not getting out together. They're right here. They're right here. So let's see. Let's bring my general as close as possible. And here we go. Let's get some... Are we shooting yet? Not quite. We are in range. You guys should be shooting. And let's see. Yeah, they're coming on this side. How is this flank looking? Because I feel like these guns are probably going to need to come over like this and try to get some shots in here. And alright, archers need to retreat. And let's bring Naginata in to help out. And Nodachi can come here to fight here. And let's see, guns coming in. Heavy cav, let's fight against my Yari cav right there. And yeah, guns are shooting on this side as well. But I feel like these guys aren't in great position, so maybe bring them down like this. And then maybe bring my spears like that. And it looks like they are. Oh wow, they're already running away. Okay, cool. That's really interesting how they portrayed it. It's like being portrayed historically. That's really, really cool. Because that's how, you know, that's kind of how it was historically. They kind of would come in and then they retreat. Yeah, they're running away again. Yeah. Oh wow, this is really, really cool. I can't tell if the... Okay, Yari Cav, you guys need to like... Stop fumbling around here. Are they getting stuck? Like, how are they getting stuck here? What's going on? Are they getting stuck by my own units? Okay, well, this is kind of shitty. Why? Yeah, what's happening? Like, why are they getting stuck in my own units? Can they not? Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused. All right, I guess just stay in front and keep. Yeah, okay. So the enemy is really easy to break. They're really, really easy to break on this. Like, I know obviously that there's like morale hits from guns, but like, yeah, they've kind of okay. There we go. Come on, Yarikav, you got this. Like, come on. They're just stuck inside of my unit here. Okay, I need to like get my guns back or something because this unit of Yari Cav is just absolutely just stuck. Oh god. All right, how are we doing on this side? Kind of Yari Cav are kind of getting in here, so let's get my spears. Move it up. And then on this side, yeah, let's get I kind of want, yeah, let's fight the Nodachi Samurai on this side. And let's see. Guns can keep shooting into the rear here. And, God, yeah, this is just a mess on this side. I feel like, is there any pressure coming in on this side? Not really. So let's bring these guns a little bit closer here. And my Yari Samurai is being wasted. This is like one of my better units right here. So I need to bring them in. And there's a big charge. Yep, this is a big charge. So Nodachi Samurai, let's go. And then, yeah, my Yari Cav just got stuck, but they're, you know, I guess they're holding up the heavy Cav, right? So they're doing their job. Let's send my Daimyo in, because this is kind of a pitch battle right here. Their Daimyo's being sent in. Looks like we did break them on this side. And then, yeah, our guns are shooting in, so let's kind of follow up a little bit here. Yeah, that's looking good. The center is being pushed really, really hard, though. And looks like we got, yeah, so this is doing okay. Yeah, that's doing okay. Our guns are shooting in. And then, yeah, Yari Samurai, let's just go in. Yari Samurai, let's go in. And how are you doing on this side? Let's see, Arquebusiers, maybe turn you around here. And Ashigaru like this. And then guns like that, I suppose. Let's get my Nodachi Samurai back again, please. And then let's make sure I keep my Daimyo back as well. You go there, you go there. Naginata, and yes, Takeda Katsuyori is running away now. So that is, that might be it. Yeah, wow, there's 9 left. I do have 9 Yari Cav left. Despite, man, my failure to, like, use those guys. Those guys were just, like, stuck in my unit, or maybe it is the fence. Like, maybe the fences are kind of, like, helping here. Oh, looks like they're not done yet. Looks like there might still be some charges coming in. But that might have been it. That might have been it for the most part. There might just be a couple more sort of weak charges coming in. But my guys are still shooting, so let's bring my spears down a little bit further so that my guns who are behind them can kind of try to get a better shot here. And let's turn my cav around. And I love the way that the guns in this game actually do rotate through. So if you put them on ranks of 3 or greater, they actually will like fire and rotate and fire and rotate. And, you know, to reload and keep that steady rate of fire going. It's just so cool. I'm so glad. I mean, this isn't a game that's 20 years old, you know? It's so impressive. I love using guns in this game. I love it. I love it. It's just so fun. I didn't think... When I got into, you know, playing a, you know, this Japanese samurai, you know, like medieval ages kind of game, and I don't know a lot about history. I'm learning more. But I was kind of surprised to learn a little bit more about like pike and shot warfare and how that was still during the, you know, days where there were knights, you know, kind of running around and stuff. So it's really interesting for me to learn about this. And when I started playing this game and saw that I could kind of implement these late medieval era tactics of, you know, having like, you know, guns and pikes, and I loved it. I was so happy. I've been so happy being able to play this style of warfare in this game. Look at that. Oh, it's so cool. I just love it. It looks great. And it's even more devastating when they are using muskets. If I have muskets, then they will. I feel like, am I getting shot in the back? I might be getting shot in the back here, so let's move my Yari Samurai up. Takeda Katsuyori is going to be going in for a last stand, but it looks like he's running away at this point. So let's just move my Yari Samurai out of the way, because I think they might have been getting shot in the back there by my own guns. Takeda is still trickling in a little bit here, and I'm starting to wonder if I should actually just go on the offensive, because I don't know how much, you know, if we're just going to keep going back and forth here, or if I should actually just move forward and mop them up. I'm not really sure. If I have to go on the offensive, I'll do it. I'll go on the offensive with guns against cavalry in the forest. Like, I'll show you how it's done. Come on. If you already don't know how it's done. It's kind of like playing leapfrog, actually. Just kind of move one unit of guns up with their spears and kind of move the other unit up with their spears and keep going back and forth. But yeah, they're still trickling out. I mean, there's still a few units, and it seems like, yeah, it seems like they're just going to be trickling back and forth for a while. So I guess I can sort of maybe fast forward this a little bit. Oh, that's... And, yeah, Takeda Katsuyori just got sniped by a bullet. Just like his dad. Turns out the invincible Takeda Shingen has, one weakness, and that is getting sniped to the skull. And, yeah, I've just made sure that his son just died the same way. And there we have it. All right. That was fun. A little bit easy, but, like, yeah. That was great. You know, it showed it well, it depicted the battle very well, and that felt like how it was, because the Takeda, considering the disadvantages they were facing, the fact that the Oda were able to have the time to build these little field fortifications, these little fences or palisades, whatever you want to call them, the fact that the rains beforehand, the day before, did not actually destroy the powder, because the Oda covered the powder and made sure that the powder stayed dry. And considering all of that, considering that, you know, a lot of this really went against the Takeda's favor, it's one of those battles that you read about and you think like, oh man, that's a massacre. And in a lot of ways, I mean, it was. You know, the Takeda clan got absolutely destroyed. In addition to the rain not affecting the Oda's gunpowder, it also made the plain that they were charging out on a little bit marshy as well, a little bit muddy. So it wasn't the greatest conditions for horses to charge over. And considering all of that, you know, you read about all of that and you think like, okay, it was a quick one, right? It was just like an hour or something. And it wasn't. I think it lasted a while. I think it was like, you know, like 6 hours or something. And you're just like, how? How did they just keep charging back and forth for 6 hours? You know, you'd think that you'd get one charge in and be like, oh no, their guns work. Like, we're not, let's just do this another day. You'd think that's what they would do, but they really just kept charging. And most of the Takeda's, most of their top lieutenants and generals died in this battle because they're brave motherfuckers. Like, they just kept going. So the best battle gave that feeling, you know, it gave that feeling of that back and forth, and they just kept coming. They kept coming. So there's that sort of feeling to it. So this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. This was a nice palate cleanser after that last battle. I really enjoyed this one. After playing the Mount Hiei battle, I felt a little bit unclean. I felt like I needed to sort of take a shower a little bit. This one is just, this is the type of history you want to play. It's a really pivotal moment in history, and it's just really, you know, fun to kind of recreate it a little bit. So Arquebusiers, yeah, 89 kills, 29 on this unit, 82 on this unit, 43 on this unit, and then 70 on this unit. And I think that's all we really want, that's all we care about, right? Is the Arquebusiers? Is everyone else like? I mean, okay, if we're looking at this unit of Ashigari has 123 kills. So sorry I overlooked you guys. You killed it. That was awesome. And yeah, Naginata did their job, 39 kills. Nodachi did well, 67 kills. So all in all, a good performance from
Lord Nobunaga's victories made sure my land would one day have a single shogun as ruler. He did not take the title of shogun as his own, but he had all the power that he could ever have desired. At the end, his own skill as a daimyo made him one of the greatest samurai ever to have lived.
I'm just still shocked that they put the effort into these historical campaigns to provide these videos. That just really took me by surprise. Awesome, really cool that they added that little bit of narration, that little bit. It wasn't too much, right? But it was just enough to you know, do the job. So That was great. That was wonderful. And after this, we'll be getting into the Tokugawa Ieyasu historical campaign. I don't know why that one is sequenced next, because Tokugawa Ieyasu was the last of the three great uniters, or was that what they were called? They were called something else. They were called something else, but Tokugawa Ieyasu was the third one, not the second one. But in this game, he's sequenced as the second historical campaign to play. So whatever, I'll go in there and check it out because I'm looking forward to it. I saw that there's going to be 6 battles, so I can't wait to get into it. So in the meantime, I've been Step, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.